Martin, I'd love to get your take on this. On alternate Mondays, the man who sits in that seat is one Graeme Souness. And he said, if he was playing today, well, this is what he said.
All our training at Liverpool was to do it 1 and 2 touch on far inferior pitches to what they have today. That means we had better technique because we could do it on ploughed fields where the guys today, do it on carpets. We had smaller squads. I think we won the league one year with, using 15 players. I'd play 65 games a season. I didn't miss. I was never injured, suspended a couple of times. But I would play the vast majority of those games. Yeah, lots of games. We didn't fly to places. We would have, get stuck on motorways, and we would maybe not live the best of lifestyles. But I think it was tough then to win the league. We could get beaten by anyone on any given day, and that is still the same here. And at this time of year, as I remember, it was always, as is today, 3 or 4 teams that were fighting for the league. To make a direct comparison, I would love to play today because I think it'd be an absolute doddle playing today.
An absolute doddle. Would you love to play today, Martin? And would it be an absolute doddle for you?
Well, I think that Graeme, it's really interesting. It would be a doddle for Graeme because he was a really good footballer, but I can't pay him a high enough compliment that he probably hasn't paid to himself at some stage or another. But
well said.
Yeah, he's a terrific footballer, really good player. He would have started a lot of games this season. He said he played 65 one season and played 65 most seasons. He would have started matches. He might not have finished too many in today's game.
You get an assortment of cards.
No, he did stick the boot in. But listen, I've got to tell you this here. He's a brilliant footballer, really influential, terrific footballer. That Liverpool side that he had with Hansen and DODDLE, players like this here, they were really terrific. Hard to play against, hard to beat. And although we did not, as Nottingham Forest side, have the Indian sign over them for a couple of years, but overall, that team could take their place in any era of history, no question about it. And Souness would be at the forefront, as he would tell you himself.
He says playing today would be a doddle for him.
Yeah, I know what he means because
I kind of know
as a centre midfield player,
yeah,
you're talking about the ball going wide, going back, coming back to him. He could make things happen, Graeme, in the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and it wouldn't. He would have time to play it as centre midfield players do have time to play.
Yeah.
What I think he means is that he would be looking more forward than a lot of centre midfield players playing today.
Does the same apply to management, Martin? Would management be a doddle today? Not so much a doddle, easier today compared to yesteryear.
Well, it depends. It depends what your view. And I think I mentioned this to you before. It depends what your remit is as a manager. It's interesting if Simon, as an owner, would turn around and say to you, listen, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you to get involved in the youth team. I don't want you to get involved in these things. I don't want a 7-year plan. I don't want any of that nonsense. What I want is I want you to win some football matches. This is it. You can share with me what your playing philosophy is. You can tell me about players that we might think about being signing. All of those things. I said to you before that I wanted to run the football club. I don't think that that's happening in today's game now, and that's fine. And I think if you've just got the time to run your team, then it might be easier. But listen, management, whatever you say, it's not easy in any era.
Not easy in any era. You as an owner would...
Well, it's not designed to be. You're supposed to be good at it.
Absolutely.
And if you're good at it, then you make it easier than people that aren't. I mean, the bottom line is in an ideal world, a utopian world, you'd like your manager to be involved in all aspects of the football operation. You'd like him to be watching the academy players. You'd like him to be involved in making sure that the appointments are right. He's involved. He's got his fingerprints all over the transfers that we bring in, so he can't cop that old load of pony that it was nothing to do with him. You'd want him involved in everything. Yeah. But in the real world where we live now, managers don't want that themselves. They want to be accountable for what's being produced on a Saturday afternoon and judged by that.
And so do owners. Well,
I don't know. Maybe they do because they've got hell beaten into a space by managers where every excuse that's available for a manager is the reasons why they haven't got a successful team on Saturday. I was too busy looking at the academy. I was too busy involved in this. I was too busy involved in that. You might be the exception that does not prove a rule.
I don't want to set myself up as an exception. That not the point. But when I went into any football club, I never changed the academy at all because there was no need to. I didn't have time to do that there. I had to win football matches. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in the job.
But you said earlier on You said earlier on, in the debate that we had last week, that you wanted to run the football club and
Yes.
you wanted to be involved in every aspect of it. And that doesn't mean changing it, it means being aware of it, right?
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you just said, I didn't have time for it. So how can you have time for
No,
it?
hold on. I had to make time for myself. I had to win football games to begin with, to make time
Right,
to
fair
be
enough.
able to oversee
Right,
things.
fair enough.
All right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That's what I needed to do.
Fair enough.
Nicely
All right.
addressed, Martin,
Thank you.
and thank you for that.
No problem.
Captain Smug to my right there.
problem.
Look at him laying traps.
I'm not laying trap.
Old smug face over there. I'm
just holding him accountable for what he said.
No, and I am accountable, but
And
I
he's
had to
explained it
win
now.
the games. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Martin and Neil, as always, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.